Welcome back to my channel, Ragamuffins. My name is Raggarog, and today I am bringing you a kind of really weird video, and very niche. I am wholly not expecting to get a lot of views on this video, because if you are not familiar with Smash Bros, or you are not familiar with the Fate series, then this is not going to interest you. But if you are like me, and you love both of those things, then you're going to appreciate that I'm going to go through all of the fighters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I am going to be determining, based on my personal opinions, what class from Fate would they be. Now, I know that there are more than the 7 classes in Fate, but because the Fate series is predicated on a war held between the main 7, we're not going to be including other classes like Ruler or Alter Ego or anything like that. So we're just going to be looking at whether or not the individual fighters down below would be a saber, a lancer, an archer, a rider, a caster, an assassin, or a berserker. Now, I'm going to be kind of rapid fire on this because there's a lot to get through, but I am going to offer my rationale on a few of these as we go. So, without further ado, getting straight into it, guys, and it's a very random order here, so I might go a bit all over the place because there are Echo fighters, but whatever. Anyways, getting right into it, just in the order that we see them, I'm going to lead with... Okay, so we got Bayonetta, and I feel like she's a witch, she's a caster. Bowser, easy berserker, for sure. Bowser Jr., I feel like that's an assassin. He has a lot of, like, tricks and tools up his sleeve. Then we have Captain Falcon, and that's a rider. We have Zero. Anyone? Hello? Charizard. I could rate Pokemon Trainer all as one, but I'm going to do the Pokemon separately. In the case of Charizard, I'm going to say that that is a Berserker, obviously. Chrom. I don't think I need to explain too much with Chrom. Chrom is obviously a Saber. You can probably guess a bunch of the fighters in this one from this point. Cloud. Cloud, I'm going to say, oh, he could be a few of these things. I'm just going to say Cloud is a Saber. There you go. Corrin is a Lancer. There you go. Daisy, Caster. Dark Pit. Okay, obviously Dark Pit is just an archer. Okay, Dark Samus, I'm going to find regular Samus first, and we're going to do regular old Samus. So, regular old Samus, I feel like Samus would actually be an assassin. For a similar reason to Bowser Jr., a lot of tools and tricks up their sleeve. They can roll into a ball and hide, I guess. So, I'm getting assassin vibe out of Samus. But for Dark Samus, this is like the obvious Ultra, like, it's like Samus Ultra, really. And I feel like, in this case, it's a Berserker. More aggressive, more monstrous. It actually kind of reminds me of Lancelot Berserker, so there you go. Diddy Kong, he's another assassin. Donkey Kong is a Berserker. Dr. Mario, that's an assassin. Duck Hunt Duo, jeez. That's a rider. Duck Hunt... The duck is riding the dog. It's a rider class, obviously. Falco, exactly what you think he's going to be a rider, because it's because it's Star Fox. So yeah, he rides around in a spaceship. He's a rider. Fox, same story. Ganondorf. He could be a berserk. No, okay. If Ganon were a fighter on this list as opposed to Ganondorf, I would say Ganon would be a Berserker, but because Ganondorf is like, just fully in charge of his faculties, I'm going to say he is a Saber. Then we got Greninja, and that is the assassin on this list. Ice Climbers. Oh, this one's hard to pick, actually. I feel like if they don't fall into a category right away, my brain just says that they are an assassin. But in this case, I'm going to say Caster, because they do, like, the ice blast thing out of their hand, and that's like a spell, kind of, so I'm going to say Caster. Ike is obviously a Saber. Incineroar, Berserker. Inkling, Archer. Isabelle, Assassin. Ivysaur, he doesn't have a mount, but I get, like, rider vibes out of Ivysaur, so that's what I'm going to roll with. Jigglypuff is such an assassin. Like, goodness. Hits you with rest. Rest. Need I say more? Ken. Okay. Because he doesn't use any other weapon, I think I just gotta put Ken as a berserker. King DDD. I feel like King DDD is a rider. Again, he doesn't really have a mount in-game, but it's like he gets carried around in like the Kirby-verse. So it's kind of like a rider, I guess. As for K. Rool, that's a berserker. There's a lot of berserkers in this game. Kirby. Kirby could be anything. I'm going to say that Kirby is a caster. Kirby's got magic, right? Kirby uses magic probably at some point somewhere. Link is... Link could be a lot of things. Since this is Breath of the Wild Link, I'm actually going to say that he is an archer. Then we got Little Mac. And Little Mac is... Because he can turn into Giga Mac, I'm going to say that's a berserker. Lucario is an assassin. And then we got Lucas, obvious caster. Lucina is another saber. Pretty much if they've got a sword, they are a saber. If you haven't figured that out, they are obviously a saber. Luigi, caster. Mario, also a caster. Marth, saber. Alright, Mega Man. Mega Man is a rider, I'm going to say, because he's got Rush, right? He can ride around on Rush, and he's a robot, so it's like, you could argue that he is propelled by machinery, even though he himself is a machine. I don't know, it's a weird... This would not be the weirdest stretch in, like, for a Fate servant, just saying. Okay, Meta Knight is an assassin. Like, you can't just teleport and wear a dark cape like that and not be an assassin. Mewtwo, I'm going to say is an archer. Bit of a zoner, but not entirely. I just get archer vibes out of him, really. Me Brawler, I'm just going to say berserker. Me Gunner, archer. And then me Sword Fighter, well, geez, I wonder. Saber. Okay, Mr. Game & Watch. I'm going to say Mr. Game & Watch is a caster. And I don't have a rationale for that, I'm sorry. Ness, however, he uses magic, that's his whole shtick. Olimar is a rider because he's got a spaceship, right? Right? I don't know. You tell me your rationales down below, by the way. If you disagree with me, if you think I have placed characters wrongly, let me know what you think. Pac-Man. Okay, Pac-Man, like, he could be a lot of things. I guess I'm gonna say he's an assassin. I guess. Like, I don't have a rationale there either. Palutena, that's a caster. Peach, also a caster. Pichu and Pikachu, I'm probably gonna rate them exactly the same. I'm going to say... geez. I mean, I guess they're just... It's so hard rating the Pokemon because, like, it's like a Pokemon feels like something a servant would use. I guess, like, that's how I see it. I'm gonna say that Pikachu and Pichu are just assassins. As for Piranha Plant, that's a berserker. That is like a barely sentient monster. Pit is an archer, same as Dark Pit. Pokemon Trainer, okay. Pokemon Trainer is like actually just a master in this scenario. So I'm going to say, like, I mean, I don't know. I'll just put him down as a assassin as well, because like he's trying to take out the enemy. I don't know. Richter. Okay, this one's interesting. Richter, I feel like, is an archer because while he may not use a bow and arrow, he uses a lot of throwing devices, so that's my rationale. Ridley is an obvious berserker. Rob, instant rider. Just because he's a machine, I feel like being a machine just kind of makes you innately like a mount or a ride, so there you go. Robin, caster. Like the casteriest caster of all castdom. Rosalina, same story. Roy is an obvious saber. Roy is a saber. Ryu is going to go into berserker, same as Ken. And then we got Sheik is an assassin, obviously. Shulk, that's an interesting one. I want to say that Shulk is a saber, because he does use a sword, the Monado. But what if he's a caster? I'm going to say saber, but he could be a caster. I don't know. Simon is going to go into archer, same as Richter. Snake. That's an assassin, right? He's a sneak master. That's the perfect rationale. Sonic. Oh, Sonic. Okay, here's my rationale for Sonic, okay? Sonic is an archer because he is his own projectile. There you go. Okay. Squirtle. Squirtle is a caster. Toon Link. Unlike regular Link, I'm going to actually say that Toon Link is an assassin. Because, I don't know, it's just being small and having a bunch of different tools at your disposal, to me, makes you more likely to be an assassin-like character. Villager is the very model of an assassin. I've said that about a few, but Villager, when he decides that it's your time, it is your time. Wii Fit Trainer. Okay, Wii Fit Trainer gives me hard caster vibes. And then we got Wolf, who is a obvious rider class. Like, if we can't put Falco and Fox as riders and then not put Wolf in the same category. Yoshi, that's a berserker, I guess. He's not really berserk in nature, but he is a monster for all intents and purposes, so he would have that power behind him. Then we've got Young Link, and just same as Toon Link, he's an assassin. Zelda is a caster. Zero Suit Samus. Okay, Zero Suit Samus, she could be a few things. I want to say assassin, but she does have a few projectile moves. She's good at zoning. I feel like that's very much in the nature of being an archer class. Then we got, okay, so we got the Ice Climbers separate here for some reason, and it's weird, but I'm just gonna put them both up into caster where they were before. Wario, well, he's got his motorbike, right? So that's an obvious mount. He is a rider. Okay, Joker, easy assassin. He's got the knife and the gun and the mask and the cape and everything. That's pure assassin energy. Hero, okay, here's another one who could actually be a saber or a caster. I'm going to say he's a caster because the pull to using Hero as a fighter in Smash is to use his spells. There you go. Okay, so I feel like this is supposed to be Kazooie and Banjo separately. I'm just gonna say, oh boy, okay. Kazooie is an assassin, and that's just the vibe I get out of him. As for Banjo, okay, I'm going to actually put Banjo as a Lancer, and my rationale is that he uses Kazooie as a lance. If you think about how he does it, he will grip Kazooie, in both hands and swing stab him. Kind of like how if he were using a lance. So there you go. Then we got Terry, and if only for his go system, I'm going to say that Terry is a berserker. Then we got Byleth, and Byleth is possibly the only person here who legitimately uses a lance-like weapon. So if only for inclusion's sake, I'm going to say that Byleth is a lancer. Then we got Min Min, and Min's just an assassin. That's assassin energy. Steve from Minecraft. That's a saber. That is a saber, albeit with extra steps, because he has to make his own sword. But the weapon that he aims for is a sword. So there you go. Sephiroth. Okay. He could be a lot of things. He could be a berserker, an assassin, a caster, a saber. I'm going to say that Sephiroth, if I gotta think of it in Fate logic, I summon Sephiroth for the Holy Grail War. Hello, Master. I am your servant. Caster. I'm just getting caster energy, which makes sense because his whole arc is around using materia, right, to destroy the world. But I guess I would summon him as a caster. There you go. Then we have Pyra and Mithra, and it's like, I could do them separately, but the thing about Pyra and Mithra is that they are, in fact, a sentient sword. So I'm just going to be sending them both all the way up into saber section. Like, if you have a character who is a sentient sword, and they do not categorize as a saber class servant, then what are you doing? Oh my goodness. Okay, last two here. We got Kazuya, and I feel like Kazuya is an obvious berserker. And then the last one on this list, Sora from Kingdom Hearts, is probably... I would say that Sora is a saber. He doesn't use a sword, but the Keyblade is pretty close to one. So there you go. Okay, everybody. This has been a very niche video today where I take all of the fighters from Smash and I rate them as Fate servants. If you don't know either of those things, if you just don't follow one of them, then this video is not going to be very interesting for you, and I'm sorry about that. But if you did watch this video to the end, enjoyed it, and want to see more like this, then definitely comment down below and leave your feedback. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well. Make sure to hit the bell icon as well so you can get instant updates anytime there's a new upload. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. This video was really fun to make. I love doing Smash videos where I get to go through like the entire roster, even if it is just quite rapid fire, but there you go. In any case, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one!